Welcome to Afterthoughts, everybody. This is our Recommend or Refute episode. I'm your host, John Garcia, and joining me on this episode and this journey through a selected curation of movies and television, Ryan. Get it right. We have, some good stuff. Joining me, Michael Dixon.
How's it going, guys? Yeah, Ryan, you're not bringing like a magazine that you read in the airport to this, are you?
Oh my God.
Sky Mail.
Yeah.
Sky
Mail catalog.
Chesty Morgan's jugs. How do you find these? Also joining us, you already heard his name mentioned a few times, Ryan King.
Ryan King, you may remember me from such not paying attention to the rules of this as talking about some anime bullshit or talking about a book, Conan the Barbarian.
House of Leaves.
House of Leaves. Oh, I forgot about
Expedition 33, Claire Obscura Friendship.
A video game. As a movie, have I
Speaking of Conan, I still haven't gone to the pizza place. I really want to go to the pizza place.
Well, there's the Conan news report. Yeah.
Yeah. The report is, I have nothing to report. Yeah. I am ashamed.
I feel like it's good to clear the air now. If anybody listened to the last Recommend or Refute episode and you thought that the Conan trailer sounded off, it's because it's not the Conan trailer. I would hope that you would have caught on by now. It was just Hercules in New York. Anyways, antics and previous reports aside, hopefully someday we'll hear about Dixon's trip to Conan's. But in lieu of that, Dixon, why don't you tell us, what did you watch recently? What do you recommend or refuting?
Yeah, so I'm going to continue on my Italy theme. So this week I watched a 1973 horror film directed by Nicholas Roeg called Don't Look Now, starring Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie.
It was Christine.
Christine is dead, Laura.
You're sad. You're so sad, and there's no need to be. I've seen her. My sister's psychic.
You can't contact people, can you?
She's trying to get in touch with us.
Just trying to warn us.
This movie is set in Venice, and it's all shot there in the city on location. And I'm really excited to go there and to see what Venice looks like in person, because it's just so fascinating to me as a concept where the whole city is on the fucking water. It's like, how did it get here? What hubris did they have to build this fucking place that is just constantly flooded? And it's just so crazy to me. And it's shot in such a crazy way where a lot of Venice seems to be, out in the open, a lot of people walking around, like heavy tourist population, a lot of bars and restaurants. And then you turn a corner and all of a sudden you're in like some creepy ass back alley immediately. And like you can get lost in these back alleys and not really realize where you are until you just happen to pop out into a populated area again. All these little bridges and alleys, and it's shot in the wintertime in Venice, very cold, a lot of scenes at night, kind of a dark, creepy place. So I really liked the vibe of the film, and especially it gives you a really strong sense of place for Venice itself. I've seen other films set in Venice. There's a Katharine Hepburn movie from like the 50s that's set in Venice. I'm blanking on the title, but it's all very like, isn't Venice wonderful in the summer? And it's so bright and such a romantic place to be. It might be called Summertime or something like that. But anyway, this is not that. It's taking a very opposite look at Venice. The story follows Donald Sutherland's character, Mark.
Donald Sutherland, yes. No.
So the story follows John Baxter, played by Donald Sutherland, and his wife Laura Baxter, played by Julie Christie. And they are kind of sitting in their house in the opening of the film. John is working on something. You're not really sure who he is and what he's doing yet at this point, but he's looking at these pictures of old churches. Meanwhile, his daughter is playing outside in this bright red raincoat. And there's a little pond outside of the house. Their son is out there as well, but the camera really focuses on the daughter. John is in the house. He's looking at these photographs, and he picks up one photo of this church, and he sees this odd red hooded figure sitting in a pew at this church. He spills some water on the picture, and all of a sudden that red starts to move along the picture and has this like appearance of blood moving across the photo. And immediately he senses something is wrong and runs outside to find his daughter has drowned in the pond outside their house. You're not really quite sure exactly how she got there, from playing in the yard to just drowning in the pond. John, when I told you I saw this movie, you said, "Is this that movie where Donald Sutherland like shrieks really weirdly?" Yeah. He finds his daughter in the pond and swims out there and pulls her out and gives out this like guttural primal scream. The cut to all of a sudden the Baxters are living in Venice, and John works for a living restoring old churches. Is why he was looking at that photo of an old church. He specializes specifically in mosaics and restoring these old art pieces that, in these churches that have been broken down from their, hundreds or more years old, and they need to be refurbished and rebuilt to restore the art that was there. He does this despite seeming to be a-religious, and he's very skeptical kind of about everything in life. He kind of only believes what he sees right in front of him. Julie Christie, his wife Laura, is the opposite, and is more spiritual and sees things beyond just or believes things beyond what is there just out in front of them. They're having lunch at a cafe in Venice, and they're clearly dealing with a lot of shit. Their daughter has passed pretty recently. They've left their son at a Catholic boarding school so that they can come over here so John can work on this church. There is a pair of old women sitting at a table near them, and they keep looking over at them weirdly. And John is like, "What's going on? Like, why are you guys looking over here?" Then they are kind of wandering away from the table. One of them's complaining about something being caught in her eye, and they're kind of stumbling around the restaurant. Laura's like, I better go help them. So she goes and helps them into the bathroom. Turns out that they're sisters. One of them is blind, and the other one had something in her eye. And so therefore they were not really able to navigate the restaurant very well. So she had to help them back there, help take the thing out of her eye. The blind sister has these creepy glazed over eyes, and she's, talking to the sighted sister, and then all of a sudden the blind sister starts talking. She says, "I see her. I see your daughter." And she looks up, and the blind sister is creepily staring her directly in the face. Not like she can hear her voice and is looking at her, but like through the mirror is staring at her directly in the face. So like very creepy. Like how she made this connection? She's like, "I can see your daughter. You seem so sad, but your daughter she's happy. I can see her. Like, this is a happy time." And immediately Julie Christie is just thrilled, and her demeanor immediately changes from mourning mother to just really, really happy. And she's just convinced that, oh, okay, so our daughter is around. These women have contacted her somehow, and John is super skeptical, and he's like, "That's bullshit. You need to stop talking to these people. This is weird." And they there's this tension between them as the movie goes on, where she wants to explore this further and he wants no part of it. And as Laura begins to spend more and more time with these women, their marriage kind of strains and they kind of drift apart from each other, where she is determined to try to make contact with their daughter from beyond the grave. And John is like, "This is bullshit. I have work to do." And he's, focusing on his work, and their relationship is a bit strained as they're kind of going through this grieving process in different ways. The movie, I can't really say much more than that about the plot. The movie is edited in a really fascinating way, where there oftentimes scenes are cut in between each other, where you kind of go back and forth between one scene and another, sometimes because they're happening simultaneously, but sometimes they're not happening simultaneously. And it's kind of juxtaposing two different things. Like there's a scene where John and his wife are making love, and it's interspliced with them getting dressed to get ready for dinner afterward. And it's like kind of making the love scenes seem less romantic, but also just kind of focusing on the intimacy of their relationship is beyond just, the bedroom to the normal aspects of daily life. But there's also things that happen in the future that are intercut with things in the present. And it creates this interesting approach to the film where you're not really sure where cause and effect lie in each situation. And some things were like he's blatantly kind of folding time onto itself to kind of establish an eeriness and a questioning of what's really happening. If this sounds familiar to you, it's because another famous British director really loves Nicholas Roeg. That would be Christopher Nolan, who just cannot resist fucking with time in all of his movies. I think Nicholas Roeg does it a lot more deftly here than Nolan ever has in any of his films, where he's not drawing your attention to it and making it the point of the movie. It's just a way that he weaves things together to tell this creepy character piece about this couple going through this morning experience. So there's a weird haunting aspect throughout the film where like the daughter's presence is felt constantly, but she's not there. And there's almost like I talked about La Ventura a few weeks ago, where there's this just gaping void in the film when that character exits the movie and you're not really sure what's going on. And here, like, you know what happened, she drowned, but then there's this question of whether that death is final or whether she can contact her parents. But yeah, I thought it was really good. The plot is, a little bit, I don't know, kind of dumb in some respects, but it's much more about the tone that the movie is setting and the vibes. There's some really cool scenes. And overall, I really liked it a lot, especially just the sense of place that you get with shooting in Venice. And they really do a good job of making it feel very real with all the on location work they do. So
it sounds in premise very similar to Hereditary, and like there's loss.
Yeah.
Grief, exploration of like how that grief is handled by two different parents. Thematically, is the focus solely on like, is there a lot of motifs that are just focusing on like the marriage aspect of things, like what their relationship is in a holistic aspect between, John and what was his wife's name?
Laura,
between John and Laura? Or is this, when you say like horror movie, is this more like, does this turn into like more of a traditional, what I think of as a horror movie, where there's something spooky happening and towards the end of it,
is it like Hereditary where it turns into bullshit at the end?
Is there like a psychological aspect to it, or I guess how grounded does this?
It's more grounded than that. I think it's a horror movie, like it's thought of as a horror movie, but it's not. There are no jump scares. I guess you could maybe say there's one toward the end of the film, but not in what I would traditionally call like a horror movie type of trope.
It doesn't get like schlocky. Yeah.
No. I mean, it's focusing on the marriage. It's also focusing how each of them are dealing with the death of their daughter differently, where Laura is really pulled into it and wanting to explore all these things. She like does a seance with the two old women trying to contact her. And John is so off put by that, they're just pushing it out entirely and discouraging her from dealing with that at all. But these things keep creeping into his life without him intending them to. And there's this question of whether he may have some sort of, second sight connection to the beyond, despite like not wanting to, and kind of pushing that off, where he keeps thinking he sees his daughter in the city, but he's like, no, that can't be real. Or, mistaking her for something else. So it's really a character piece about those two people and their relationships with each other, but also just kind of separately how they're dealing with it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it has a really great score. It's beautifully shot. It's a great like 70s independent shot on location film that I really liked. So if you like that kind of thing, Donald Sutherland's always great.
I love Donald Sutherland. Yeah.
He does a really great job. So does Julie Christie. So if it sounds interesting to you, you should definitely check it out.
Sweet.
This definitely has that like thriller setting the theme more than just like trying to scare you or look at scary things, right? That's kind of what it sounds like you're
Atmospheric.
saying. Yeah.
Much more like the atmosphere and trying to like piece together maybe sort of a mystery, maybe something is going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you're looking for good vibes out there, and not good vibes, but vibes. Concentrated vibes in a movie that's psychological, thrilling, and seems to be good meditative on grief and I don't know, couples counseling, I guess, couples relationships.
Really cool editing techniques.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating.
And some folding time over itself in ways that I think work pretty well, and usually that stuff really bothers me. So
Christopher Nolan. Well, speaking of plot lines, things that really bother Dixon. Ryan, what do you got for us for recommend or refute?
I watched Avatar's Fire and Ash.
This is the only pure thing in this world. The fire came from the mountain, burned our forest. My people cried for help. But Ava did not come.
Protect your sister. Yes, sir. Stay under cover. What does Dad always say?
Sully stick together.
No, the other one.
Sully never quits.
That's right. Sully's never quit.
How do you still live?
What if every human being on Earth could live here without a mask?
You want to spread your fire across the world. You need me.
We must fight! I call upon the warrior mother. I'll kill you! I swear!
I am very excited to hear what you thought about it, and very excited that I didn't have to watch it.
Yeah, I guess I kind of want to talk about like somewhat Avatar in general, or just these sequels. It does honestly kind of blur together because one, Cameron kind of likes to do the same shit over again. But also these are definitely movies where we're just doing the same shit over again. And they're so formulaic to begin with that there's not really, it just, there's no attempt to really like necessarily explore stuff. And there is that feeling of like going back to the well. But to that end, like I've enjoyed watching them. Like they're definitely just kind of like turn them off and, turn it on, turn off your brain, like kind of watch it, revel in some of the prettiness. I will say I did think during this one, like, yeah, this is pretty, but like this isn't as breakthrough anymore this many years later. That there's not anything like, there's a whole lot of like fire, obviously
And
the
ash.
title or whatever, but yeah, like fire effect work, but like we kind of already get good at that. And the same with the Way of Water, the previous sequel, like really good water work and the whales in the water and all that was really cool. But like we've seen really good water effects. Like if I go back to the first Avatar, there was a lot there where we hadn't seen that. That made it so cool. So now I'm kind of like, well, why am I watching it if the plot is kind of just basic and, Sam Worthington says he's an actor and I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to get other than kind of just like, yeah, it's an action and watch it and you kind of know where it's going.
Do you think somebody's
Like,
like
it's-
that invested in the Avatar world, Ryan? Or do you think that we're all just collectively like trying to see how big this can get before it fails?
It's interesting
Not
to
all
me
of us.
because
Dixon's
I
not in
feel
this.
like it was. I feel like after the first movie came out, it was kind of like a cultural thing, and there were people that were like really into it, and then that went away.
Yeah.
I guess because like as you begin to explore it, there just isn't that to explore. Like it just kind of falls through, and so it isn't really this lasting cultural thing. Even though now the movies are like popping back up, and it almost is like. It pops back up, a bunch of people go see it, it makes money, and then nobody talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 years later, another one comes out, and people watch it, and nobody talks about it.
It's like the anti-Tron.
Yeah.
Nobody sees Tron,
It's
and
the
for some reason,
flip.
people keep talking about it.
They keep talking about it. Yeah, they won't stop. But it isn't, right? Like, Tron, even before there were sequels, was something that came up. Sometimes a good Simpsons joke, but sometimes people like, oh, it looks like that Tron. Like, it definitely stuck in their mind.
Yeah.
And while Avatar was, like, groundbreaking in its visuals, it didn't really, there was never really the other aspect of, like, oh, yeah, like Avatar. Remember Avatar? Like, it did seem like that just kind of went away.
Yeah.
I will say, Fire and Ash is one of those movies. It's a bit like Eternals, where the longer I think about it, the more I start picking apart like little pieces of it that I'm like, well, wait a minute, this was stupid. This was stupid. One of the big plot points is their stupid kid Spider, who's like this human that grew up with the
He's the one that looks like Gary
Navi.
Oldman in True Romance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Who I guess thinks of himself as a Navi and like paints like little tattooing on himself
Tries
and
to appropriate
shit like
their
that.
culture.
Yeah, very much appropriating their culture as best as he can. In like there's a whole plot point that you can't breathe the atmosphere. Like they established that in the first movie that humans can't breathe the atmosphere, which is part of why they do this whole stick a human in a Navi body
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. Suddenly in this movie, his mask has like a battery life or needs to be replaced regularly. And it's a plot point that he keeps like cutting it too close, like with switching to his backup one. And then obviously, when they show that the first time, you're like, well, that's going to be important later. He's not going to have his backup one and it's going to be a big fucking deal. Right. There's a ticking clock of it's going to run out. But I'm like, that whole last fucking 3 hours, that wasn't a problem that ever came up, right? I'm like, why is that a problem now?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like, I'm like, yeah, it would be a problem. But all I can think is that James Cameron was like trying to come up with what the fuck he's doing in the next movie and was like, oh yeah, like how is he getting replacements for those? Like someone said, and he's like, oh cool, we'll put that in there. Not realizing like that just shows that you didn't fucking pay attention to it in the last movie, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have to in the last movie. He had better resources then.
He was concentrating on some other bullshit.
Yeah.
I will say positives, like in continuing to establish the greater Avatar universe and make this planet actually feel like it's fleshed out a little bit more than Pocahontas of blue people, or blue people with wolves or whatever. Last of the blue people.
Pocahontas with wolves, yes.
Yeah, but in the Way of Water, we established these, there's a tribe that lives in the water and has this relationship with whales the same way that the original tree people we met have a relationship with flying things, flying pterodactyls or whatever. And it was like interesting. It was interesting to be like, okay, there are other Navi than what we saw, and they have a different dynamic and they have their own, like, it makes sense that there would be a fucking planet with people with different, ways of
elemental
looking at all the things.
tribes and different specialties and world building.
At the time already, it was known that the next one was going to be like fire, and there was this sort of this like bullshit, and it was in the back of my mind of like, cool, now we met the water people, now we're going to go meet the fire people, now we're going to get in this one. The fire people is a rogue group of Navi whose shit got burned down by a volcano and like interactions with the humans, and they don't buy into the Navi bullshit at all. They are all in on like destruction. They are completely a cult that's like has this leader that they're absolutely following, and they take drugs and have crazy hallucinations and shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, that I liked. Like, again, I'm like, okay, that's good world building. Like, I like that we got to see something. It's like, not all of them are bought into the hippie bullshit. There's some fucking weird ones that are more than happy to take guns and go use them. Like, and I'm like, that is another like step of realism that you've added to your weird ass planet. Meanwhile, Spider just like gets some mushrooms in his lungs somehow, and now he can breathe the air. So like, we can simultaneously like understand how to expand and like answer things, and also be like, all right, this actor's tired of wearing this mask all the time. Let's make up some bullshit to get it off.
Oh my God. Did they subtitle animals in this one? Dixon and I got to know.
It's the hardest I've ever laughed in a theater, Avatar
Yes.
2, where they subtitle those whale moans. Oh my God.
Those whales are back. They have a whole whale conference about whether they should be violent or not.
Oh,
my
dude,
God.
sick. If there's a whale conference, I'm in.
Like a Star Wars Senate meeting type of bullshit.
Oh my God.
Yes, exactly.
So when the
it
squids
was a
show up
long
and they're like,
trade war
deflector
conversation.
shields, Captain.
Yeah, the Fire and Ash don't have any like tribe don't have any relationship with
Animals.
animals
They just have a
in the same
relationship with
way. So
fire?
yeah, we just have to go back to the whales. amazingly, it's what, 3 years between these two movies? It was, I don't know how many fucking years between the first and the second Avatar, but I think it's only like 3 years
13, I
between
think.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember any of the bullshit that happened before, other than like they went to the whale people, humans were exploiting the whales.
Yeah, they
For
were
some
pulling like
reason,
whale
Sigourney
jizz out of their
Weaver-
mouth or something. I don't fucking remember what it was.
What?
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
whale jizz thing where they shot
they
a
were
needle.
they
they
were
had to be
taking their like
inside the-
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were taking like brain liquid juice. And
Oh yeah,
snorting
brain
it,
juice.
I
That's
feel
right.
like. Yeah.
Sorry.
Somehow Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang were just brought back.
Somebody became
because we
Blue
couldn't think of
Jesus
anything
of the
better to do.
underwater.
Oh my
thing.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember like anything beyond that, and we all tried to explain the movie to each other before watching it, and every one of us was like wrong, and we had to keep pausing to be like, "Who the fuck is that person?" and go look it up. So yeah, I'm like, that's not a good sign.
How much of the plot in this one? Because the second one heavily hinges on children being abducted. How much of this
Yeah,
plot?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
just
same
yeah.
shit.
Just
This is
blanket?
honestly like constantly. Again, I just rehashing like the previous movie.
Yeah.
This one is constantly like they all get split up. Stephen Lang finds Spider. They have some conversation about dad father bullshit. Then they get split up again. Some kids get kidnapped. Then they get got back, and then they get kidnapped again. And now the dad gets kidnapped, and it just fucking constantly like I guess they couldn't get everyone together at the same time to film.
So they were like,
or
just
some
fucking
shit.
have somebody
So
be
they're
kidnapped.
just
in every
constantly
scene.
splitting them up, or they realize like we wrote way too many characters.
Yeah, that does seem
and are
like a
trying to figure out
problem.
how to isolate the movie down.
Wow, they should have talked to the Marvel team. Just how do you keep that many
I will
characters
say-
going?
You don't.
Yeah. One other like weird note that bothered me that I didn't notice in the second movie. I don't know why, but this time it like stood out. Jermaine Clement has an American accent,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
which I'm like, he's a person that I see and I just hear his voice in my head,
Yeah.
right? Like, why would you have him be anything else? And I can only think that the other guy on the ship, Brendan Cowell he's Australian, and somewhere someone was like, they sound the same. Can I like not knowing like the difference between a Kiwi accent and an Australian accent, but just
Yeah.
being like, why are there two of them? Make Clement sound like something else. Make him do an accent.
So wait, you like some aspects of this movie. Are you recommending this movie?
If you're already like watching the Avatar bullshit, sure, it goes by, even though it's like way too long with too many plot points. It's absolutely in that, like, if you actually liked Avatar and liked Way of Water, sure, watch Fire and Ash. You can probably just watch the rest of whatever comes out. It's all going to be kind of the same,
You're in for the
Potato
kidnappings
chip
and the whale
slop.
subtitles.
Yeah.
You're on board for all of that, probably. So the other thing is, how much of it is about the fire and ash and how much is about water? Because we all know James Cameron has a boner for water. He loves the
That's
ocean.
true.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot about water.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty big boner about water. Yeah, for the most part, the Fire and Ash tribe join up with Stephen Lang's character, the
That military
Colonel
dad
from the first
Colonel.
movie. Yeah, he's been put into a Navi. He died, but they had
That's
his
right. At the
brain
beginning of the
downloaded or
second
some
one, they're
shit.
like, "I'm dead, but I'm also you, and you're mad at Jake Sully, so you got to go kill Jake Sully." And he's like,
"Oh yeah,
all
did
right,
he,
that makes
he
sense."
left himself a Total Recall video. Yeah, I forgot about.
Yeah, and he's like, "That makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. I guess
I'm
I'll
not
go
you,
kill
I'm
Jake
me."
Sully."
So fucking stupid.
he bought into it.
the
They
dumbest.
couldn't
in
just
this
make a
one-
new villain. They were like, "Oh fuck, what do we do? I guess we'll just bring him back from the fucking dead." Like, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They did make a new villain in this one that's actually pretty good. The leader, Varang, of the Fire and Ash people, like, they did a good job. Like, she's cool. She seems vicious. Like, she gets Stephen Lang's character in her sway as well, which is funny for him to, like, dog on Sam Worthington so much in the first movie about going native, and then he fucking totally also goes native in this movie.
Well, when she's
Um,
like pro-war, obviously this guy.
Yeah, she was all in for war and buying guns and having sex with him, which I guess is part of it.
That's what he wants.
So we now have the water people, the plant people from the first one, and the fire people. So who wins in this battle of
I think
the
they
elements?
murder all the fire people. I think the
The water people
main
douse the fire people.
lady gets away. Yeah,
Are there wind people? I need to know. Are they going to come up in the fourth
actually,
one?
yes, we do see. There's like a group of like nomadic traders that have these big fucking
Sails.
jellyfish
Oh.
balloons or whatever that they've
Yep,
attached
the
to their
wind
ships
people
that
are
they fly by. Yes, yeah, and they actually trade with the humans. This is also to explain how Spider gets his, like, they buy human stuff from the humans now. There's like some semblance of trading.
They brought trade and democracy to the planet.
To pacify the natives.
Yeah, I mean, actually, like, Stephen Lang's character like comes with like a pile of guns and like lays it out in front of him and is like, "You want guns? You want me to teach you how to get guns?" And then he like brings a drop ship of fucking all these guns to give to him. I'm like,
the taxi driver scene.
Like I said,
isn't that a little honey?
It's exactly copying all the things you think it's going to copy easily, and just it used the most simplest playbook. But in that way, I'm like, has James Cameron ever done anything but that? I still think Terminator 2 is like the best, if not like top 2 action movies of all time. It's fucking awesome, but it is really straightforward.
Yeah.
Also, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, True Lies is pretty great, honestly. There was a streak that Cameron had where
yeah. He has, but again, I'm like, it's also a pretty stupid movie.
Yes. I mean,
right?
he's always
like,
kind of relied on like stupid storytelling to get cool action on screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he needed.
Yeah. All he cares about is the effects and the action sequences, clearly. But he does that well. But the shtick's getting a little old with the Avatar movies, I think.
Yeah. Too many tropes he has to rely on. I would love something that isn't just, I don't know how long this epic is. It like 5 movies they're trying to make or some shit total?
Something like that.
Yeah, 5. I also wonder like if they will get around to it, because it also kind of seems like the thing that he might delay, right? Like sometimes he gets off on a tangent or gets stuck, like lives in a submarine for a year or some bullshit, probably, right? That it's like he may take too long to get to that 4th one, and then the 5th one just never happens, or it doesn't make enough money and they kind of don't want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not even do the 4th one. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah. What type of Pokemon do you think they're going to reveal in the next movie?
Yeah, let's see. We got
like the
whales,
lightning
birds,
or
like flying shit. Yeah.
There's
just a tribe that just has like all rodents.
Yeah. It's got to be some kind of mole creature there.
I want the Pikachu people.
Just like all underground rodents.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, the mole Navi would be great. Sure, why not?
In the last movie, they set up Sigourney Weaver's weird child of herself Navi character to be like the Jesus in this movie. Did that happen?
Yeah, totally.
Like, how does that go down?
She magics the mushrooms into Spider's lungs.
Oh,
somehow.
She's got like an apothecary thing going.
Yeah, which then becomes a plot point because the humans find out and are like, "Oh fuck! If we could get mushrooms in our lungs, then we could exploit this planet even more."
Avatar 4: The Search for More Mushrooms.
Actually, they have this really
the mole people.
again, like,
oh shit! It all comes together.
Yeah, there you go. Thinking about this movie, the more I think about it, then they have this whole subplot where Jake is thinking about murdering Spider just so the humans don't find out about it. Like he's gonna kill his own adoptive son.
Wow,
that would be
just
such
so the
a
humans
great.
don't find out.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
Wait, I thought Sigourney Weaver was the Jesus character.
He drags Spider like out into the woods and is like, look that way, don't look at me. And he pulls his knife out.
Don't that picture look dusty?
I was laughing at it. I was laughing at it in the movie too. It's so straightforward, stupid.
Is this just straight out of Genesis with Abraham and Isaac? Does like God come down and stop him from slaughtering his son?
No, they're just doing a biblical thing.
No, he just doesn't have the balls to do it.
Guest director Darren Aronofsky.
So Sigourney Weaver somehow magics that shit into his lungs, and then she, again, rehashing the first movie, she calls on the planet to get all the animals to fight to help them out against the humans again.
She calls all animals to war?
Yeah.
That's
the
amazing.
whales had already decided and joined in, but she gets all the other things.
You're really selling me based on the fact that there's a whale council, because that just makes me laugh. That there would be an extended scene of whales being like, It's like subtitles of
100%.
serious
Nope,
shit.
that's exactly it.
Oh.
Yes.
God,
And then
that's so funny.
they say that, and then it cuts back to the Navi who can talk to the whales, like kind of translating out what they're saying.
Oh
and
my
having this
God,
back
they're
and
they're
forth
pulling
with
the
them.
fuck.
And then they like go underwater to convene and make a decision.
Wow.
They're who's the guy in the American Godzilla, the American actor that they fucking pull in?
Matthew Broderick?
No, the classic Godzilla, King of the Monsters or whatever the fuck.
Oh, I
when
don't
they-
know.
Oh, you're talking about the. Oh yeah. What's his
Yeah,
name?
because
Starts
it's
with
like
an R.
Ray something, or I don't fucking
Yeah.
remember. Hold on, I need to look this up. This is very important to me because that's exactly what they're fucking pulling.
While you're looking this up, I always felt bad for Zoe Saldana because I felt like she's like a pretty talented actor, and every movie that she's in, they just want to put CGI over her and make her some sort of alien creature.
Yeah.
But now that she's doing all these fucking T-Mobile ads, I'm like, oh no, she wanted this. She just wants as much money as humanly possible, and so is taking all these CGI roles in these big James Cameron movies. And she doesn't actually give a shit about like actually, being in a real movie and giving good performances. And she now has an Oscar for Emilia Perez. She's very good in that. But I used to like feel bad that like she couldn't actually, be like look like herself on screen in any roles. And now I'm like, no, fuck you. I see way too much of your face. You're clearly just in this for the money, and I don't care. I never want to see you again.
Yeah, I think she had an out on her deal in the MCU and like re-signed up, which is why they brought her back from the dead.
That
Like
money's
she's
good.
fully, yeah.
She's
just
in the
like
MCU.
whatever
Oh,
is
she's one of those
convenient to
fucking Guardians. Yeah.
She's one of them
Yeah.
guardians.
Yeah, yeah. They killed her off and then brought her back, so she had her out and then was like, "Oh no, I'll come back."
Yeah,
What do
she's
you
just
want
in
me
it
to
for
do?"
the money. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, do it while you can, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like she
Yeah.
has to have made just so much money at this point. Like just do a real movie for once.
Like
Let's
if I find out that she's funding real movies, I'll be like, okay, sure. But if I find out that money's not going to real movies and it's just going,
I don't think it is.
big pool, no, not good.
Yeah, I wonder. There might be at some point where she's like, "Okay, I kind of got cool off now and just pick the things I want to because I can."
Tired of being in the movies with whale councils. I don't want to be.
Yeah.
in the whale
She seems to
councils.
really like
what
doing
the
those
fuck was
T-Mobile ads.
Yeah. It was Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr was who I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Raymond Burr in the
yeah.
original 1954 Godzilla. Every time that they have scenes where they just didn't want to translate the Japanese, they would play it, and then they show a close up of Raymond Burr next to anybody that Hollywood thought looked Japanese enough, and he's like, "My Japanese is a little rusty, but I think that they're saying this."
Wow.
Oh God.
Yeah, nice.
That's just that's such a decision to
Yeah,
make
it really
in the
is.
movie. My God.
That's
The-
fucking wild.
Main bad girl, the head of the like fire tribe or whatever, is played by Una Chaplin, who's Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter.
No shit.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I think she did a really good job. Like she was also in Game of Thrones, and her character was pretty awesome in that as well. And so I think she's in that spot to potentially become up and coming. She just hasn't had, I guess, the hit yet. I mean, maybe this is like close enough, but it's hard to tell when you don't you're 10-foot blue person covered in ash if you like who
Yeah.
that actress is,
Yeah.
right? So kind of a weird, but yeah, it does feel like a waste of like Saldana and Weaver and Stephen Lang and now Chaplin, fucking Kate Winslet, like
Definitely
all
not a
these
waste of
people
Sam
that are just-
Worthington.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up Giovanni Ribisi and Sam Worthington. It's up their alley.
That's what they do.
And Jermaine Clement is just, he's always like a fill-in character. Like
Yeah.
you get him and you know
Yeah.
how to use him and you have a good laugh.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, it sounds like you're recommending it to the people who are already on board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you
I mean, I'm like,
dare recommend
fine.
it to anybody who hasn't seen an Avatar? Would you be like, maybe you want to watch the
it's-
first, or do you want to just go right in, or no?
I don't think you can go into this one because I think even having watched the last two movies, if you watch Way of Water 3 years ago, you won't fucking remember what's going on without looking at a Wikipedia a description of who everyone is, which is a bad movie making. But so yeah, I kind of feel like I can't just tell someone like, yeah, go watch this movie if they have absolutely nothing. But someone who watched the two Avatars and was like, had a good time, sure. If someone watched one or two Avatars and said I hated it, you're gonna hate it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I just felt like I had gotten all that I could out of the first two, and I was like, I just cannot, nothing can be gained from me watching any more of these. I just can't imagine that he's bringing anything new to the table at this point. So I feel good about my decision after hearing your recap there.
Yeah. It like added one little wrinkle, but I'm also, the more I'm sitting there being like, wait, how can Zoe Saldana's character like complain about humans at this point when her husband and her children are all fucking humans? And right, I'm like, the more you sit there with some of the decisions that they made a while back, the more it falls apart.
Yeah, you're like, none of this is gonna make any sense to me. This movie logically it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, Dixon. I mean, if I ever watch it, which I would for Whale Council, I'll make some notes of how I can make a fast edit to make you laugh. And I think that would be the best way that I could do it.
Just show me the Whale Council scene. That sounds wonderful.
That's honestly it. Yeah. And I'll do like some of the hard cuts where it's, they're definitely going to be like, I'm glad that you're back. I'll never let you go. And immediately cut to them being kidnapped or some shit.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, no, actually you can find some pretty good.
Like a full fucking 3 hours whittled down to every time they say Jacques Sully.
Did you watch this in 3D, Ryan?
No.
Ryan's not going to do that.
I can't. I don't have the setup for it, and it often doesn't work well for me anyway.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Not everything's shot well in 3D or done well in 3D. Although Jim Cameron does love 3D for some reason, which sure.
Yeah, I will say though, I haven't tried to watch anything 3D since I had LASIK, so it might actually be different.
Maybe that's the key. The LASIK.
Yeah, I should see. Because like glasses was kind of a pain in the ass, and I had like astigmatism in one eye that was stronger than the other, and like fucking everything that made 3D not work well.
Yeah. Well, you should try and report back, just like Dixon's going to report back on the Conant's pizza.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a recommend if you were going to go see it already, or you were already into the Avatar. You're an Avatar head. You love Jim Cameron's
It's like I don't even have to recommend or refute it because
you're already going to go. Yeah, I would say Ryan's refuting it for everybody else is what it sounds like. Like you can't go into this alone or solo. If you don't know anything about Avatar, it's kind of a tall order to be like watch the first two and then go see this. That I don't think you can do that.
I think it's hard to even recommend the first one, honestly. Anymore. If you haven't watched it, like I don't think it's worth that much time.
No,
it's for whatever reason, my my uncle on Sasha's side during our Christmas party just put on Avatar 2. Like he just put it on for like the whole family when we were sitting in the living room.
That's a bold choice.
And everybody was like, "Who's watching this?" And like nobody would own up to it that they were watching it, but nobody would look away. It's like, what? I don't know. This is a weird,
pretty colors.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. I mean, the screen, 4K, it looks nice. Cool. Well, I guess that leaves me for our recommend or refute, and I'm going to take a play out of Ryan's playbook and break the rules.
We can skip you if you want.
Oh, you really want to? Huh?
You just end it now.
But then you'll never know about what I'm recommending and refuting. That's the tantalizing mystery, which is which. And the moment I reveal the title, you'll be like, that's the one that's probably going to refute it. So, recently it was my late sister's birthday, and in her memory, I decided I'll watch a movie that she watched a ton when I was, hung out with her as a kid, and a movie that I had little interest in, and it was like, I don't think I'm ever going to want to watch this as a grown man either. But here I am,
but you did.
Being like, hey, I watched it. And it's directed by David McNally, who everybody knows from Kangaroo Jack, of course, the great movie that it was. This is his first, and it's not Kangaroo Jack, but the movie that he directed that I watched is Coyote Ugly.
I'm the parent. You're the child running away to live by yourself. I should be telling you how to live.
How should I live?
Simple, don't go. Good luck. There, I said it.
Love you.
Put some pepper spray in your purse. Even if you're not sure, just start spraying.
Tell me that isn't yours. Of course not. That's a 2-bedroom. I heard that there might be a job opening.
You start Friday night.
You're giving me a job?
Coyote Ugly. Why would you name your bar that?
Because Cheers was taken.
It's such a pre 9/11 vibe. This whole movie, New York, so happy. It's all about a young girl whose father is played by John Goodman. Like the best performance in the movie is John Goodman's, obviously.
I thought you were going to say the best performance of John Goodman's
No,
career.
God, no. We just watched True Stories. That was a great performance there. No, he's like a toll worker, and his daughter, who's played by Piper Perabo. What a name. She wants to hit it big in New York as a musician, but she's never performed in front of a live audience. She just performs alone for herself on a piano and expects to move to New York with like no money, get an apartment, get recognized immediately, and get a record deal. And then like
she's in a Hollywood movie. That's how it works, John.
Yeah. And then none of it happens. And she won't tell John Goodman that it's not happening, but she still has to go home to do laundry for him all the time because he's like a non-self-sufficient man.
Wait, where does he live?
He lives in New Jersey, and she has to go all the way to New Jersey and help him. So it's like this weird like father-daughter. They're trying to like really play up that relationship, and she's trying to make it big. And like, of course, through some circumstance, she runs out of money, stumbles into this bar called Coyote Ugly, which I learned this is a brand film. This is based on the bar Coyote Ugly that was in New York that was started in like 1995 or 93 or something.
I was
like
always
that.
unclear which came first. There was one on 36th in Austin for a long time. I don't think it's there anymore.
Yeah, they branched out into
That
a
was
franchise
after
this
yeah.
movie that like exploded. And then they were like, let's do Coyote everywhere. Like, go for it. Coyote Ugly.
Was this movie successful?
Yes.
Really?
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty successful. And when you watch it, you know why. Because Scott, a lot of ladies who are up on a bar dancing, they're getting wet, water's thrown on them all the time. And the real thing that came out of this, the only reason I really wanted to bring this movie up is one, my sister has terrible taste. Okay, and this movie is proof. I was not very thrilled by it. It was very hollow.
It sounds like a dude's movie, not a.
That's why I was confused. I felt weird about seeing it because one, Ryan, have you seen this movie? I need to know.
Having been in a fraternity in the early 2000s, yes.
Yeah. Ryan knows that this is technically it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a dude's movie masquerading in like, positive, body positive feminist stuff. But like there's a main romantic interest, and he's like trying to help the like protagonist get her song heard at like a music club. So he pulls strings for her by trading his limited edition copy of Spider-Man Meets the Punisher to get the deal done. And that becomes the whole crux of their relationship, is that he sacrificed everything for her. And everything is the Punisher comic. And then at the end, she like hits it big and buys him back a copy of it. And that's the resolution. The main thing that I wanted to bring up, Ryan, I don't know if you remember this from your fraternity days. Do you think that the Coyote Ugly bar in this movie is some eldritch horror, cosmic haunted item? Because there's a whole scene where mob violence breaks out and a bunch of people start trying to destroy the bar. But it only happens when there are no women dancing on the bar. Because the moment that a woman starts dancing, everybody's placated and they immediately go back to drinking and laughing and having a great time. And I just felt like there's something else sinister underneath this film. And I wanted you to know. I wanted to put that, I wanted to put that bug in your ear. The rest of this movie is just as dumb as you think it would be and very schmaltzy. And I don't think earnest is the right thing. It feels cynical in every way that it's made. There's like so many beats that are kind of tailor-made to be like
false earnestness.
False earnestness. It's very disingenuous in my opinion, because it's like things happen because they need to happen. The character starts to succeed because the person that loves her really is able to pull strings by trading a copy of The Punisher Meets Spider-Man to somebody who's big enough to be like, yeah, sure, give her a shot. I'll put her on the stage and then she'll get signed immediately. Like, all the success happens too fast. All of the moments where there are characters that come in and they're like, that character's Rachel and she's a bitch. And you're like, well, what's her story? And they're like, she's a bitch. And you're like, all right, I guess that's cool. And they're like, and that one's like a tease. And she's always a tease, but she also sleeps with everybody. So she's not a tease. And it's like the paradox of being a tease and being liberated, I guess, as like a promiscuous woman. I don't know. It was weird. It didn't try to address
We didn't
any of that.
understand what was going on.
Yeah, there's no conversations between characters that are heartfelt. Like, look, when I moved to the city, I had a rough time too. There's none of that shit. It's just like, hey, life's tough all over, isn't it? But at least this bar keeps us all working and happy. And it's like, y'all work from 9 p.m. at night to 5 a.m. dancing on a bar, getting like completely covered
Bars
in water
open till
and beer.
5 a.m.
Yeah, some crazy shit. I don't fucking know.
yeah,
They have to like
yeah.
clean the bar
Dude,
up at a certain point. They have to kick a bunch of people out. It's like every night is fueled by
It's an
cocaine.
insane,
Just like
imaginary, yeah.
anytime that somebody asks for water, they spray them instead of giving them actual hydration. It's just such a dick move. Yeah, that's really like the crux of Coyote Ugly. Is just there's a bar that's enslaved a group of people in New York, and it makes them dance every night for their life.
Okay.
And it's really a horror
But she
movie when
makes
you think
some
about it.
money and it ends up hitting it big and
Yes,
gets out.
and that's pretty much it. But she always thinks fondly back on the bar. That
She
made her
doesn't get
dance.
out.
Oh yeah, she goes back.
She makes her money and then is stuck
has-
forever in the Coyote
She has her
Ugly
like
bar.
record release at the bar. She has like everything happens at the bar. It's consumed her life.
Coyote Ugly is exactly what I thought Magic Mike was going to be.
Yes, that's exactly what it
Yes.
is.
But it is exactly what Magic Mike The Last Dance is. Like somehow the dancing like becomes something beyond like what it is. It has some higher magical power or some bullshit. But also it's just an excuse to get people naked in that movie and there's no fucking plot or any sense to it.
Yeah. So I would refute this and say Magic Mike is a superior version of Coyote Ugly.
I did once
I
go
really
to the
agree.
Coyote Ugly bar on 36th Street, like in college with some friends. We didn't know what it was. And we were just like the waitresses were all standing on the bar, just being assholes to everybody.
Yep.
And they were like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "What do you have on draft?" And she was like, "Get the fuck out of here." I was like, okay.
Yeah, the correct answer is beer, cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast.
In 2000, the Coyote Ugly movie came out and they franchised, including, across the world. Like
Louisiana,
this was a large
Austin.
enough sensation. Yeah.
Some other places.
And by 2003, people realized that girls can get up and dance on a bar in any bar. And that's what they had been doing for decades before.
Then it lost the magic. The rise and fall of Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, that Austin bar lasted way too long. It was like, I want to say it maybe went out of business during COVID. Like it was there for a long time.
Crazy that it took COVID to take it down.
Yeah.
All right. Dang. Anyways, yeah, I'm refuting the cosmic horror that is this movie, masquerading as, a heartfelt, jolly romance and comedy thing. It's wasn't really my bag. It was kind of funny sometimes just because of the way it was made, but everything else, no. Sasha and I laughed about it. And now I have my crazy theory that it's something more.
That bar is still there. You just haven't gone to Dirty Sixth.
Oh, hey.
No, I thought I walked by it and it had closed down. It was something
See?
else. Is it still
This
open?
adds to the lore.
Yeah, it's still open.
It's only open to those who believe, Dixon.
Oh, interesting.
It only consumes desperate
I
souls.
actually am on Dirty Sixth more than you would expect because I go to Casino El Camino
It's
semi-regularly.
next to Casino El Camino. It's,
It's
like
not
right
far
in the
from
same
there,
section.
yeah.
Yeah, this just
Casino
adds
El
more
Camino,
fuel
hell
to the
yes.
fires of my theory. It's only the desperate who
burger
see
with
Coyote
queso.
Ugly.
John, I know you're trying to quickly move on to the thing that you want to recommend.
Yeah, please.
But earnest question here.
Sure.
Did you feel like this helped you connect with your sister in any way? Like,
I think it did. I do think that watching it, as much as I did not like it, I think I could have watched it with her and enjoyed some moments together. And I probably would have had the same kind of like laugh or like, oh, it's charming in some ways. Like John Goodman is really great in it. He's so sweet and he plays that kind of earnest dad really well. Like he's totally inept. He can't really do anything for himself, which is absurd, but he does it in a way that it just it's like Louis Fine grew up and continued on and then lost the woman who stays in bed with him.
And so he's
like
just stuck in the bed also.
Yeah. And
now
he's just stuck in the bed and he's stuck in the bed alone and he's kind of grieving and sad. And I was like, oh, John Goodman, you were used to be a dancing bear, maintaining a constant panda shape. But I do feel like I would have understood a little bit more about my sister just having watched it. Like I get it. I think that she also sort of subscribed to some of like the energy in this nightlife sequence and scene. I know that she worked at a few bars downtown on Dirty Sixth, and I'm assuming that she probably got up to similar antics and had a group of girlfriends that were probably up to similar things. But I will never know. I don't know those people. I don't know those journeys or tales. But if they end up telling me about it, I'd be like delighted to hear it. It sounds like this movie, if it had been from a more genuine place, like if this was something written by a non-studio, wasn't for an actual bar that is like branded, if instead it was inspired by the story of the bar and used collective stories, like Sean Baker could make the fuck out of a movie.
Oh
like,
yeah,
with this kind of
he
premise.
has.
He has. And it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, like this could have been so much more, but no, it's too schmaltzy, too tropey. It has too much to it that's kind of hollow. Also, her songs, her singing songs aren't that good. And there's a whole scene where she sits on a rooftop in New York and proceeds to appropriate music from everybody nearby who just happens to be black. It was just weird to see that scene go down, and the movie cheer her on in doing that. So I was like, all right, I get that there's like a fusion where the energy and the culture and everything in New York is great, but she's like immediately appropriating New York culture to feed her dreams. So yeah, that's just me and my cynical brain experiencing this. Any other questions? Any other earnest questions before I drop this like a hot rock?
Nope.
All right. There was never a Coyote Ugly 2. That's for a reason. Coyote Ugly 2 spread out into the real world and became the bars.
Coyote Too Ugly.
Yeah. Oh, Vin Diesel's the manager. Oh, man. Well, the movie that I do want to recommend, because I refute Coyote Ugly, it's actually a show. It's I was at a friend's birthday party recently, and he pulled out this box, and he was like, hey, I just moved into this house like a year ago, and I still have this box that like DVDs I need to get rid of. I need to thin out my collection. That's always dangerous when you're talking to anybody who collects physical media, because you're like, what do you got? Show me. And
we've had similar conversations.
Yes. And like he proceeds to pull out a bunch of different DVDs, and at the bottom of this box is the full complete set of Miami Vice.
Sneak week's coming as two undercover cops put it all on the line. Their jobs can tear a family apart.
You're all players, Sonny. You get high on the action.
And with your life on the line, sometimes only a partner can pull you through. It's not your fault. Miami Vice, Sunday, September 16th.
I've never seen Miami Vice. And he turns to me and he goes, you've never seen Miami Vice? My ex-girlfriend's dad gave me these when he bought the Blu-rays for Miami Vice. And I was like, did he think that you would like them? And he was like, I think he was trying to bond with me. And I was like, okay, like that's interesting. I was like, sure, fuck it. I'll take all of these. It might be fun to watch a vintage 80s show that I already have the complete like volumes of.
The whole show, all the
whole
seasons.
Show, watch all the seasons. So I might start trying to just go through like 1 week at a time and be like, wow, I'm like on the same cadence everybody was in the 80s.
How big is this box?
They are, I mean, it's not a full box set. It's like each DVD is those like foldables. They have like 4 folds, 4 discs. Because each episode is like 50 minutes. But then the first episode, their pilot episode, which is called Brother's Keeper, is a feature film length. And it's all shot on film because it's old television. So it's like,
Shot on video or shot on film?
Shot on film. This is shot on film.
Okay.
This is 100% shot on film. When I started watching it, I knew immediately because one, this fucking first episode was a heavy hitter. It was really strong. And I understand now why, Miami Vice has as many seasons as it does. But Sasha and I sat down to watch it, and Sasha thought this is going to be a laugh. Like we're going to watch some old cheesy 80s shit and it's going to be funny. Propaganda, whatever. Yeah. And it does have some melodrama in it, but there are so many thoughtful shots and so much fucking great cinematography in it for something that is shot in, I wonder if the Blu-ray has like the actual full film scans in like widescreen, because the DVDs are 4:3 and it's 480p.
It might have been shot in 4:3 because it was for TV.
Could have been, yeah.
Right.
I don't know. But like I know that there's somewhere it is the case and somewhere it isn't. It gets cropped or whatever. But the entire first episode premise is there's a detective by the name of Sonny Crockett, who is played by Don Johnson, father of Dakota Johnson, as Dixon has informed me prior to this episode. Sonny Crockett is heavy in on the Vice Squad of Miami. He is trying to hunt down this drug dealing Cuban who it's not Scarface, and it's not Al Pacino. It's just a dude. No, he's the Colombian. Sorry, he's not a Cuban. He's a Colombian. So like the entire first part of the episode, he's like, I'm so close to getting the Colombian. Like I can taste it. He's around the corner. I'm going to meet with this dealer and we're going to do that. And his partner gets blown up in a car accident. It's not even a car. It's a planted bomb, like hit style. Partner gets killed. It's an accident, but it like fuels him. It was meant to kill like the dealer that was going to double cross the Colombian, and it was in his contacts. Immediately you're thrown into this muddled, like what's true and what's not situation. And you're trying to figure out like, how fucking close is he to this person? The chief of police is like, there's no such thing as this Colombian. I've never seen him. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. He can't be real. You've wasted department money on this for like 2 months. At the same time, we get to see like home life for Sonny, where like he goes home and his marriage is in shambles. He's been divorced already. He still maybe loves his wife, his ex-wife. He has a 6-year-old son and he loves the shit out of him and gets him cop cars and shit. He's already indoctrinating him into the fucking police squad.
Sounds like typical cop.
Yep. Typical cop. He knows a bunch of like other cops. They all hang out. It's like got that same trapping of Serpico, that beginning of Serpico kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So there's very much like we're all buddy. We're all on the same side. We're all trying to get the Colombian. And then this like wild card kind of comes out of nowhere, whose like name is Rico Tubbs. That's the guy who comes from New York. He's this NYPD.
Does he work in mafia law enforcement?
He does not.
Oh man, missed opportunity.
Yeah, I missed it. Tubbs. They call him Mr. Tubbs. That's for the Poitier fans out there. He's come to town to like stake out the Colombian as well. And they sort of link up and start paring down. Like Crockett doesn't want a partner and Tubbs doesn't really want either. He just wants to capture this Colombian for some reason. There's a bunch of like things about it that are like ulterior motives and motivations between both of them. Like, why do they really want this Colombian? Is it vengeance? Is it because they killed a partner, killed somebody who is related to them? And so you end up getting into this like heavy thriller crime suspense thing interlaced with a shit ton of great needle drops from the 80s, some good suspenseful sequences, and then that character, the actor who plays the lawyer in Jurassic Park, I don't know what his name is. I can't remember his name, but you know the guy, he went and sat on the toilet and he gets eaten by the T-Rex. Yeah. He's in brownface. He shows up in brownface doing a Cuban Pacino accent. And it's not good, but he tries. There's all these weird color to it as well. Like Sonny Crockett owns an alligator and it hangs out in a boat that he owns too. And Dixon, you would have loved this scene because like a character gets introduced to the alligator and he's like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, yeah, that's he used to be the mascot for the local university here. But then he took a huge bite out of one of the band members and then he did a bunch of LSD. He like ate a bunch of LSD accidentally. And so now he's just on my boat as my pet alligator. And that they treat it 100% serious. And they're like, yeah, it's just like gonna be a recurring character. The alligator's name is Elvis.
Of course it is.
Just do that. But yeah, it's like, it's got funny moments. It has really serious moments. It has a lot of moments where they talk about police corruption and how like not all the cops that are in it that are portrayed as being good end up being good. They are dirty cops. They end up doing fucked up shit. They have like really dramatic moments of like betrayal with the other characters, like not setting good examples for police enforcement. And it made me think, I was like, thinking back to like when Serpico came out and then like all of the series now that are in modern day that are made are so soft gloved about, I would feel like police corruption, like NCIS and all this other shit. They like abuse so much department budget and technical power to get the bad guy. And this is like a movie where sure, it's the war on drugs and they're doing Vice. I feel like the show is also kind of hinting at the fact that these are morally gray characters who've already done fucked up shit, continue to do fucked up shit, and think that they're in the right. I'm very interested to see where it goes. But as far as an opening episode, for an hour and a half, it felt like watching a movie. It was really fucking good.
Cool. That sounds good. Yeah, I've never seen it. I've been interested to see the Michael Mann movie. I've heard good things about it. And it stars Colin Farrell, who's one of my favorite actors. So I'm be interesting to watch that first episode of the show and then watch the Michael Mann movie. And I think it did okay when it came out, but now it kind of has a cult following and people seem to be into it.
Yeah. I'm down to watch it again. It was just that well. I mean, it had a lot going for it in the way that it was shot and some of the performances in it. So I'm interested to reobserve, and I would love to see the Michael Mann version too. I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I've never watched either of them. I've played Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
That's pretty close.
Pretty good.
From what I understand. Yeah, I don't know if this is one of those where, like, given the fact that this is a hand-me-down from somebody who was gifted it by a father, I don't know if this is like a dad core thing. Like, it's like a boomer dad core, like, yeah, Miami Vice, this is good shit. Had a lot of great explosions and stunts. And so I was like, I could see why people would get behind it as a movie and or as a show. But I don't know if I'm slowly slipping into it. If I start watching World War II documentaries at an alarming rate, I'm not a father yet, and I can't. I need somebody to pull me back from that itch.
Okay, I'll try to protect you from yourself, John.
Yeah.
If you start getting into weird shit like that.
I'll just live in the dumpster until then. I don't want to crawl out.
I feel like there's a certain type of like boomer dad who will just watch any World War II movie. It doesn't matter what, like, anything from any era, like, it doesn't matter how shitty it is, like, they'll watch it and they'll like it.
Yep. I'm 100%. I think that's probably true.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, there you go, everybody. I recommend the first episode of Miami Vice. It is a feature length runtime, so I don't have to recommend the whole show to you. I felt like I really enjoyed it. It has a good enough conclusion to be like, I can see where this is going. You can also just be like, all right, I'm out. I got what I needed to see. I saw like a really cool snapshot of 1984. This is potential like touch point for pop culture. I didn't feel like it was time wasted. And I'm interested to see the Michael Mann version too. So, yeah, with that, I think that pretty much draws this episode to a close. Well, we have Dixon recommending
Don't Look Now.
Yeah, do look now at Don't Look Now. Dixon is recommending that you do look at it. We have a fuck it, why not from Ryan for no, I'm sorry, Ryan says fuck it, you're gonna do what you're gonna do for Avatar.
You know what you're getting into.
People are gonna listen to me anyway.
You know exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's a refute from Ryan.
That's a refute from Ryan for Avatar, Fire and Ass, as everybody likes to say. And then you have a refute for me for Coyote Ugly. Look, if that's your thing, that's great. If you watched Coyote Ugly and you had a great time with the energy, great. Wasn't my bag. I'm glad that I watched it. Feel closer to my sister. But I'm really here to just recommend Miami Vice, okay? I'm going to pivot towards something that's more dad core and less my sister core, I guess.
All right.
There you go.
We come back in the next episode and John is like, so I've watched the first 4 seasons of Miami Vice and I'm going to go through all of the episodes.
John, I couldn't help but notice you're wearing a mint blue suit now, leisure suit.
Why do you look tired and jazzed at the same time? What's going on? Oh, you've gotten 2 hours of sleep a night and you're on lots of cocaine. That makes sense.
Why are there more mirrors in here? Oh, even the table's a mirror. And there you have it, everybody. That is a successful recommend or refute episode from us at the Afterthoughts crew. I've been your host, John Garcia. With me, as always,
Ryan King. You know what you're getting into. That's all I have to say.
That's Ryan's like liability disclosure.
It's like,
I'm not responsible.
That just signs off everything, right?
Yeah.
Is it the like play this game at your own risk? Watch this movie at your own risk.
The fine print on any medical document you sign. You knew what you were getting into.
Ryan King, am I my brother's keeper?
Well, there you go. And also joining us,
Michael Dixon. Thanks for putting up with our bullshit.